Nathan Zagura here with a breaking news edition of the 2-Minute Drill brought to you by University Hospitals. The Browns today had to place starting quarterback Deshaun Watson on injured reserve, ending his season because he needs season-ending surgery on his right throwing shoulder. An MRI of Deshaun Watson's right shoulder revealed a displaced fracture to the glenoid. It has been determined that this injury will require immediate surgical repair to avoid further structural damage. Deshaun will be placed on season-ending injured reserve, and a full recovery is expected for the start of the 2024 season. Obviously, this is a big blow to the Cleveland Browns. Watson playing on a high ankle sprain, playing with a broken bone in his right throwing shoulder, went 14 of 14 in the second half against the Baltimore Ravens and led the Browns back from down 14 with 11 minutes to go for a huge win, catapulting them to 6-3. But unfortunately, Watson's season is over. Now, Deshaun Watson wanted to play through this injury. Here's what Andrew Berry had to say about that.
It was just such like an incredible testament to his physical and mental toughness. You know, he was already playing with a high ankle sprain. And then, you know, one of the things that we've learned as we've talked to the docs over the past 48 hours is in the infrequent event that this injury occurs with a thrower in their throwing shoulder, you know, usually it's restricts the mobility. There's so much pain that they can't continue to throw. So for Deshaun to play, call it 2.5 quarters at a really high level against, you know, one of the best defenses in the league, you know, with this injury, you know, plus the high ankle, it really is an incredible display of physical and mental toughness.
So Andrew Berry said here's what he believes about the quarterback position in this building and the possibility of adding players this season.
Like as with any part of the roster, we're always open to anything that helps improve the team. We do believe in carrying 3 quarterbacks between the active and the practice squad, and what that distribution looks like really depends on the player. So the one thing I will share is that, you know, we will add a quarterback at some point in the near future. You know, what that looks like will be a little bit to be determined.
Because this team still is in a prime position to overcome this adversity that's been placed in front of them and really been placed in front of them all season long. You think about all the guys on this offensive side of the ball that have been lost for the season due to injury, and yet here the Browns are at 6-3. Now, Deshaun Watson, he spoke with the media today. Here's what he had to say about suffering this devastating injury and having to end his season.
Heard about it, but, you know, I'm going to make sure, you know, I keep my head above water and make sure I stay in touch with all the guys and support them as much as I possibly can and you know, attack this rehab process after surgery and make sure that I'm doing whatever I can to be beneficial for this team while not, you know, actually being on the field with them and also, you know, prepping for, you know, the next year.
You feel for Deshaun, you feel for this city, you feel for these fans all around the world of the Cleveland Browns, the best fans in all of professional sports. But this team has shown a lot of heart, they've shown a lot of resilience, and as Andrew Berry said earlier, pity isn't going to do us anything. This team still has a chance to go out this Sunday at Cleveland Browns Stadium, beat the Pittsburgh Steelers, get to 7-3, and we're going to need you loud, Cleveland, giving this team all the support that you can. For the latest on Deshaun Watson and the Cleveland Browns, as always, keep it tuned to clevelandbrowns.com and the Browns mobile app. This has been a breaking news edition of the 2-Minute Drill brought to you by University Hospitals.